lest we forget. Now, the more and more that my life is not the life that I lived growing up, coming up, the more and more I can start seeing other people's sides of things. Most of the time, most of the people you consider to be a sellout, or most of the people you think to be out of touch, are the people who forgot, you know what I mean, the way they came up and the desperation they had in their mind and what they were willing to do to correct it. You know, when people jump on people in the hood and say, well, they got correct cable and direct TV, and I used to always say, well, motherfuckers don't got too much else. Can they at least be entertained? You know, motherfuckers are punishing you for being poor. Like, you should sit there in the dark, eating bread and water, saving all your money to one day be middle class, sending your kids to school and being all on top of them while trying to survive yourself. You know what I mean? It's just no mercy for poor people at all. There's no mercy for motherfuckers who came up rough. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. So I used to be part of the group that jumped on people. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers used to say, you know, well, all they got to do is go to school, you know what I'm saying, and pay attention in class. And if their parents, you know what I mean, would help them do their homework and all this other shit, when they don't know that me walking to school got guns, crack, and all kind of shit, that most of my friends' parents weren't that smart themselves and didn't help nobody. You know what I'm saying? And plus, everybody was working minimum wage job. It was a hard job for them to come home and do anything. So most of us grew up pretty much handling ourselves. But I always smile when I hear someone say, well, you know, all they got to do is this. This kind of comes up from Bill Cosby, right? Now that Bill Cosby seems to be in some kind of jam, everyone is saying, well, he told us to pull up his pants, and he told us to do this, and, you know, he was just jumping on black people. First of all, I don't think he's jumping on black people. I think he just want to correct us morally, you know, right? You know, there comes a point, even I say it on my podcast, there's a reason why you don't trust the preacher. There's a reason why I jump on all these motherfuckers, because they aren't good people. And if you find one, that's a needle in a haystack. Who got time to be stuck by a motherfucking needle? But we all forget. We all forget the reason why we used to steal. We all forget the reason why we used to cut corners and cheat. We all forget. As you better your situation, all of these tactics are not necessary anymore. You know what I mean? And the further away you are from those tactics called survival, the more you think, oh man, you know, if I was in their situation, you would do this. But that's what I came with the podcast, Lest We Forget. Because we forget. I don't blame Cosby, old folk, for doing what he got to do or saying what he got to say. Nor am I going to jump on him for having these little tricking episodes that I don't know if for real or not. You know what I mean? Truth be told, I ain't there. So I don't believe when all of a sudden somebody show up and start accusing a black man that all of a sudden it's true because a million white people say it. That's your problem, not mine. So the thing is, you got to give people a pass sometimes. Because some of them came up in such a way that they just want to forget. See, a lot of us forget that what we were thinking at 8, what we were thinking at 16, what we were thinking at 24, and what we were thinking at 30. You know what I mean? We forget that an 8-year-old Freeman was picking up trash or picking up coins off the ground or trying to get a 99-cent Big Mac when they were 99 cents. You know what I mean? And Freeman came up any way he did if somebody left some money. I remember I was at a pet store. I was probably 8, 7 years old. A lady in front of me dropped a $20 bill, right? I put my foot on that motherfucker. I didn't tell her nothing. I put my foot on it, and as she left, I picked it up. Me and my brother were in line. I told him, I said, hey man, I found a 20. We went and bought more shit for our hamster. Is that wrong? Sure. The moral of the story, if I was Leave It to Beaver, would have been, excuse me ma'am, you dropped a 20. Here, hey thanks kid, get some goddamn candy. But since I didn't come up that motherfucking way, guess what? I didn't say shit, lady, you lost a dub. You know what I'm saying? My come up, my hustle, made my motherfucking day, partner. You understand what I'm saying? So I think a lot of us forget that we were once in those same situations. If a motherfucker left his car door open or his window down, you goddamn right, I was looking over there to see what was in there. I thought the motherfucker was crazy for leaving it down. Like I told you in the past, in my neighborhood, you know, we caught you slipping. Meaning you're not aware of your surroundings. You let your guard down. Motherfuckers are killers out here. Thieves, rapists, coke dealers, all of us. What the fuck you doing? You just got caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? If you were in the wrong gang neighborhood, somebody sock your ass in the face, you got caught slipping. That's the way it was. So we didn't see it as morally wrong. We saw it as, you know, you aren't aware of your surroundings. So when I hear people say they, that Charles Barkley jump on someone and say, Ferguson, they're a bunch of looters. I don't know. Maybe he just did. I don't know that brother, man. So I don't know if he just forgot what it was like. Never, when on that side of Alabama, he never understood why people were doing shit. Maybe he never did it. Maybe the motherfucker a goddamn saint. I don't know. You know what I mean? But when people, that's what hurts most black people, because they know some of us from the hood. A good majority of us are from the hood. So we all know why motherfuckers are doing things. We don't pretend to lie like we white, like we don't know. Why are they doing it? Why are they fighting in gangs? It makes no sense. In fact, when I hear motherfuckers say it, I always say, you can read too many of them white people books. Because they don't understand, but you understand. You understand why gangs exist. You understand why motherfuckers shoot each other. You understand why there's rap beefs. You understand all this shit. It's real money we competing for against each other in circumstances that we don't control. So why wouldn't we come up? Why wouldn't I take your shit? You understand what I'm saying? Now that I got my money in my pocket, you always hear me talking about going back to the hood or doing what I gotta do, and I'm dipping in and out. I know where the fuck I am. Nobody gonna catch me slipping. I don't sit there and chop it up with motherfuckers I don't know. I ain't no Hollywood black actor coming back to the hood to sit down in Compton and say that I know people and shit, or they cool with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't got that goddamn issue. But a lot of us forget. I try not to forget, because a lot of what fuels me is the pain and frustration and the anger that came from me not having. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm a little bit better with it. Used to be a time when I would just look for motherfuckers to try me. Now I'm trying to avoid it. You know what I mean? Used to be a time that I loved to embarrass a motherfucker and tell him what he thought was real ain't real. It used to be a time when you listen to rap music and you say, that motherfucker ain't really selling dope. He got some old weird ass stories. I ain't never heard them dope stories like that. God damn. Right? You verifying on a motherfucker to see if his shit is real, or if he's lying, or if he made up a story, or this motherfucker's the greatest storyteller since Dr. Seuss. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us forget. And I don't know, maybe it was just painful. I can't speak for other motherfuckers. I can just speak for myself. And my thing is, how can you might not like it. In my neighborhood, right, it's all kind of rape and all kind of shit going down when I was a kid. You know what I mean? And you understood why. A little girl came of age. She looking for somebody, an older dude paying attention. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't watch your sisters and shit, motherfuckers tried to fuck your sister. Fuck your cousin. I see motherfuckers try to fuck other people's moms. You understand what I'm saying? Give them some weed or something, and then they go crazy. If motherfuckers had crack or something, or sherm, and shit was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I've been amongst the wolves. I've been amongst the scavengers, homie. And I know when you in that kind of setting, everything goes. Not anything, everything. Whatever we can come up off of, we did. Whatever you could take advantage of, you did. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a moral argument. Jesus ain't in the hood, homie. I told you that shit. He down the corner. Jesus saves motherfuckers who ain't really hustling. He ain't really in there. Nobody in my neighborhood woke up one day and said, I found Jesus. I know plenty of motherfuckers. Nobody did. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird when motherfuckers come from it and then speak to it without the sensitivity of knowing, hey, some motherfuckers are just short-sighted. A lot of us couldn't see what we should be doing or how to build. Nobody really came back and taught us. Nobody even want to fuck with us. Nobody want to be around us. Nobody want to help the schools that we go to. Nobody want to help that my mother work all the damn time. Nobody want to cut us a break. We get shitted on, teased because we on welfare. You understand what I'm saying? And then you want it, well, motherfuckers at the bottom of the rung. What does a motherfucker at the bottom do? Try to get up any motherfucking way he can. And if that involves stealing, looting, shooting, banging, slanging, whatever he got to do to get up, he gonna do it. So like I said, it always bothers me when motherfuckers forget. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Cosby didn't grow up in an area where all that shit was going down. Well, I did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he don't understand because this is a new generation. And like I tell my nephew now, y'all stupid than a motherfucker. Y'all out here popping pills from other people's cabinets. I mean, it's always been them orange pill boxes when I was growing up. Nobody crazy ass thought about taking motherfuckers thorax fucking medicine, high blood pressure medicine. None of us were that fucking stupid or that strung out. You know what I mean? That we were trying to do that. But lest we forget, homie. I bring this up to a lot of people, especially to y'all cats who grew up similar to me, is because one day you're gonna be the ambassador to your hood, homie. I'm gonna be the ambassador. If I keep doing well and people know my name and they say that brother Freeman's from, you know, this part of Compton, West Side, and he do this, and now he's this. And then, you know, the white people love to make a story on the news and come and tell us how this motherfucker made it from nothing and nobody ever gave him shit, and he's a self-made man. And then you're going to try to go to my church, and I don't have one, so I can kneel before white man Jesus and say that it was all because of Jesus. Jesus, what would Jesus do? That motherfucker would run if he was from my neighborhood. Shit. So it's a, you know, they're coming to find a good story, and since a lot of motherfuckers want to be right, a lot of motherfuckers don't want to tell you that this is where they really come from. This is how they were thinking. This is how they came up. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't want to tell you all the dirty shit, evil shit that they've seen. I've seen a lot. I don't even put half. Have you noticed in all my Freeman podcasts, you never hear about my teenage years? What was I doing? Huh? I just tried to copy off of Jesus. I was born, then I was a man. I'm just doing what Jesus do, since most of y'all dumb motherfuckers believe in that story. I'm going to tell you the same damn thing. I was born in a manger in Compton. And then somebody stole my manger. And then I had to be a man from that point forward. Motherfuckers. But, you know, a lot of people forget where they come from. And not the street, not the block, really the circumstances. You know what I mean? When people say, but for the grace of God, I believe that. I don't know how I made it. I can't give you a blueprint. I can't tell you exactly. You listen to me now, and this is a grown man talking about how I was maneuvering. When in the middle of maneuvering, I didn't know what the fuck, man. I just kept telling myself, do the best thing you can in front of you at every point. And that's why my life is so different. That's why the stories are varied, from this to that, from selling this to that, from thinking about fucking childcare opening up to thinking about selling hot dogs. I don't give a fuck. My brain was like, whatever makes money. I'm not one of those people who are stuck thinking, well, my only way is basketball or music. I can't rap. I used to play ball. I want to walk when I'm 50. I ain't gonna be walking around like these motherfuckers. You dig what I'm saying? So I have more than enough other ways to make money, but that's creativity. Why isn't everybody else from your hood like that? I don't know, man. Why isn't the motherfuckers at your job just like you? You know, like I said, you're going to be the ambassador to the hood, homie. You do well, you're going to be an ambassador to your neighborhood. And people going to hate you for it. Some of the motherfuckers you came up with, some of them going to try to bust you out. Some motherfuckers going to try to tell you, you know what, Freeman, that motherfucker was doing well in school and shit, so he can't be from the hood. Freeman, you know, his mom gave him a sandwich every morning, so that motherfucker wasn't really low as we were low. Freeman had one tire, and the other 3 tires were bald on his car and shit, so he always had traction in the snow. Man, what the fuck? So, I know why motherfuckers want to forget, homie. Hey, man, if you the oddball in this game, homie, and motherfuckers keep telling you that the oddball should be celebrated, that's like somebody saying you should be proud to be a nerd. It still don't pay to be a motherfucking nerd. Get yourself well-rounded, young homie. Get social. You know what I'm saying? Have a drink. Go sit down and watch TV. Pull up the Laker game, homie. Know the stats. Shit. Get involved, homie. Don't stand so far out that motherfuckers don't know what the hell you're talking about. But since so many motherfuckers did, and then they come out and say, well, nobody ever liked me. It was a dude in my neighborhood, right, when I was young. His mom was scared to let him go outside. I mean, this is on GP. His mom wouldn't let him outside. So we would always see this motherfucker in the goddamn window playing the violin. Now, I hope this motherfucker did well in school, but he used to sit there in the window. You know, his mom trying to teach him classical music. Because, you know, classical music get black people out the hood, didn't you know? Get your kids playing that Amadeus shit or that Beethoven shit and see if they get us out the hood, homie. But his mom kept us out from being on the street with us without, you know, walking around, picking up bad habits. So I always say this motherfucker didn't have no childhood. He was in the window like this motherfucker was studying to be Kanye West. I don't know shit. I don't know motherfuckers didn't do anything but music. But what I'm trying to get you to understand, man, is she tried to keep him away from the game, from life. Now, he might grow up and say, nobody in the hood ever did nothing for me. He right. Because your mom wouldn't let us outside. We probably teased him through the window when he was young. Hey, man, your mom ever gonna let you out? Damn, your mom worse than the pen, homie. I mean, we gonna say that shit to him. So when they come up, and maybe he never did come out. I never seen him outside, man. Truth be told, I'm talking about a lot of years, 18 years, I ain't never seen this motherfucker come outside. So I'm thinking this motherfucker, he might look back and say, yeah, I grew up in Compton. I'm from West Side with Freeman and everybody else. But you know them motherfuckers, man, you know the way you gotta make it is stay in the house and play the violin. And you know them motherfuckers never went to school. Right? And them motherfuckers never did this. And they were always cursing. And you know the other way to make it in life is not to curse. Because my mama told me, yeah. There's a lot of motherfuckers, man, that come from bad situations. And they want to forget them. Not all of us get on the microphone and tell you what was really going down. Not all of us come to the thing and say, well, this is who I am and this is how I grew up. You know what I mean? I'm a kid. What the fuck can I do? Get the fuck up out of Compton at 7? I gotta deal with it. So I could tell you all my hardships so you can grow from them. So other cats who grew up like me can say, yeah, that's true. I was just like that. I was thinking the same thing. But a lot of motherfuckers are ashamed. Because when you get money and you start hanging around a whole bunch more white people, your ass start acting like you ain't black. And black ain't poverty. Black is just relating to your peoples. If I can't relate to, I don't listen to rap. I listen to this. You hear me teasing on every damn podcast. I don't listen to this. I listen to, Barry Manilow. I listen to classical music. I listen to why? I grew up in Compton. What do you think I was listening to? Go ahead. Salsa? Huh? What do you think I was listening to? Fucking rap. And not that weird shit that y'all listen to with these motherfuckers that are trying to be ventriloquists. I grew up with dope killing, gang banging rap music. You understand what I mean? He's a ventriloquist. Oh, that motherfucker in the cypher. I don't know what the fuck a cypher was till I got out to New York. And I'm like, does that mean you standing in a motherfucking circle? You understand what I'm saying? And when motherfuckers, I used to say, oh man, them motherfuckers make awful beats. How the fuck we gonna listen to music when you listen to awful beats? But I was in the East Coast, I was in New York, and I said most of these motherfuckers listening to music on their headphones. Oh, okay, I get it. We are sitting in the back of our Cutlasses, our Impalas, you know what I'm saying, or whatever little car we can come up on and fix, and we ride down the street similar to the way the brothers in the South do. We mobbing down the street not on 26s because we had Daytons. You know what I'm saying? We weren't trying to ride high, homie. But we had the same music in the trunk, we bumping our shit, we did the same airbrush on our Cadillac, same thing. Right? But I guess a lot of motherfuckers forget. When I see a young dude coming down a block, homie, and I see his shit on skates, big ass wheels, 26s or whatever, I smile. I remember a time when I knew, damn, if that motherfucker, when I was in high school, we pull up on that, or we pull up in front of a all-girl school, and we just pulling women like no tomorrow. Every girl wanted the dude who was halfway thug, halfway educated. You know what I'm saying? Still going to school, but a thug, And I understand the angle he in, because I didn't forget. When I hear y'all talking about that y'all frustrated at work and I didn't forget what that was like to be around all these dumb motherfuckers either. You know what I'm saying? When I hear motherfuckers got shot or something, or, he got a case on him or said he trying to clean himself up, I remember. Like I said, but for the grace of God, homie, I didn't have none of that shit on me. I'm just lucky. If you Muslim, inshallah, right? I mean, it's the same thing. Then if it wasn't for God, I don't know where I would be right now. I don't know. And I don't even call it God back then. I called it luck. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, man, is unless you're proud of where you come from and it's part of your story, it's part of my story, part of the rise and grind, part of Daniel Freeman, part of anything I put out is the understanding that, hey, man, I'm just like you. I came up just like you. Sure, we're not the same brothers, because my mind is different from your mind. But you can learn from mine, and you could be your own king and be your own empire. We don't need no followers in our race. We need you to be your own man and your own God, your own king. So we can have other people who haven't realized that they're God yet, see it in you and emulate you. Isn't that what you do when you listen to me on a thing? You emulate the steps. I make it sound a lot easier. Go buy a house. Man, it's this, and this. Man, you just bullshit. I make it sound easy. I've done it. Why can't you? A lot of us forget. I don't get mad at them, homie. Some of us, hell is relative, homie. You know what I'm saying? When I go to other places and motherfuckers say, man, it's hard out here in Little Rock. I'm like, shit, man. You should come back to where I live, right? This shit is easy avoidable on your streets, man. I'm about to get shot at Taco Bell with my homie in the car. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just relative. But a lot of people, they make it, and then somebody come up to them, put a microphone in front of them, and they got to say what the white people say. And that's it. They say what the white people say. The white people scared of you, so they say what the white people say. They should pull up their pants, and their mom should come in to care more about the school. And God knows these dumb motherfuckers know what's really going down, how we all grew up, how shit really is that bad. Motherfuckers are grown-ups won't come down my block. How the fuck you think I'm supposed to do as a kid if I got grown cowards? You ever dig what I'm saying? Lest we forget, homie. I'm just trying to make sure you don't. Or if you don't even want to comment, just don't comment on it, man. Sometimes the mistake we make is opening our goddamn mouth. Hey man, they ride in Ferguson. What do you think, Daniel Freeman? I said, why would you ask me, motherfucker? Ask them. What am I, a black mind reader? Next time, partner.